Hello,
Hello
everyone.
again. I'm in the same
Um,
exact spot as I was last time.
and I don't know if I'm in the same spot. That's not what's my main concern right now. Um, every time we get to the end of the season, I feel like there's usually one rankings that we're like,
End
oh,
of the
get
season,
ready
we're
for,
this was the final 12, Scott.
huh?
This is the
Can
this
you
was
let me say what I'm gonna say?
what?
You don't know what I'm gonna say. What am I gonna say?
We have one rankings, and you've already talked to me how this was gonna be that one ranking.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be that one ranking where we're like, oh, get ready for this week's rankings. Maybe we'll have multiple, but this is certainly going to be one that we mention.
So I was right with what you were gonna say.
Okay, but why'd you cut me off saying like, no, it's not. No,
I'm
there
just
could be
saying
multiple.
you keep talking about like we're nearing the end of the season, but this would still be the pre-jury. And I wasn't like taking a jab at you. I was just saying
I'm
like,
not saying we're nearing the end of the season.
oh,
I'm saying when we get to the end of the season, we're usually like, there's always like one or two rankings that we're like, oh, get
oh,
ready for this
you're
week's
talking about at
rankings.
the end of the season.
Yes, I said once we finish the season.
No, you said once we get to the end of the season, which I was thinking you meant like, oh, there's one rankings near the end of the season that we always say is
Oh,
the
no,
rankings. I
no.
was more just saying I also feel like it is very late in the game, but this would still be pre-jury in a normal season, which is very
And
exciting.
it's, yeah, which is wild. There's still so much game left to be played. We
And
we
I'm
sent
exhausted.
today. I'm exhausted, but I'm not exhausted in a season 10 way where I'm like sick of these people. Like I'm exhausted of like we've played so hard so far. What do you mean there's still 2 weeks left of this shit? Um,
And in one week, may I remind you, one week ago tonight, Simona went home. So Simona, Brett, Morgan, Peyton, and Chloe have all gone home in the span of one week, and we still have 2 weeks left.
yeah, this is
Because
gonna be, oh my
that
God.
feels like forever ago.
Um, I have this week was just fucking nuts. And not because like the gameplay was that good. It was just everyone was on crack with what they were thinking, what they were doing, whatever. I have so much shit to say. We're bringing back sound effects. Everyone will be getting a sound effect from me. Um, I just very much, oh my God. Oh my God. Mm. I thought last week was gonna be the one that was like, oh, last week, what a crazy week. Nope, it's this one. And we could get more. Oh,
So true. Should we begin?
I'm ready.
Amanda.
Okay, Amanda. So here's the thing. I'm done being nice. I feel like I've been very nice to Amanda. But here's the cold hard reality. She's not good at the game, Amanda. Okay? Okay, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I really do. However, we're going around here. We're talking to all these people. It should be so clear that Diego is playing you after you've been like targeting him this whole time. Why are you still believing the bullshit that he spews? This week, this whole thing going back and forth between her and Vic and Ryan and Diego, and like, what's the truth? I'm like, it should be abundantly clear as soon as you clear up one conversation. And she like didn't even want to have the conversation. She like had her whole thing made up. She's also been saying like she thinks that like everyone's been like defaming her character. That's not happening. Um, I don't know where we're really getting this from. I think it originally from something that Diego said, but and she's like and like I resonate with the sentiment that she's like, oh my gosh, like this game is too much. Everyone's talking so much. Girl, you're one that keeps on perpetuating this. So I'm just like, oh my God. I think this week a lot of people were just at their wits' end with Amanda. And I think for a lot of people, like she's a likely nom next week. I think her and Ryan are a very likely pair of noms for next week. If that one side of the house wins, I think that's the noms for honestly Brandon, for Luke, for Diego, for Liz. Um, Paige is probably slightly different, but it's definitely Amanda for Paige. All to say, not good. Her position has gotten so much worse. I think even her close allies, even though she did end up rekindling with Vic and Faven, they're both like, I mean, we can't work with her clearly because There's no back and forth. Like she just goes with the wind if she hears something else. She's just all over the place. She'll hear anything and she's oh man. Oh man. Um this is crazy ranking Scott. Scott's very impassioned right now. So we're being a little more extreme with our scores, okay? It's certainly going down, and I'm going to be going down to a three. Could she be given a four? Sure, maybe, but not from me. From me, it's a three because the gameplay was bad. And I'll say that to your face, Amanda. The gameplay was bad. We finally are now back on board. And that's why next week maybe I'll raise my score again. But for me, it's a three this week because this was atrocious, atrocious week from Amanda.
What's your sound?
Ugh.
Is that the
Four. Arf. Woof. No, actually, that's my sound. Woof. Woof. Okay, that's the sound for Amanda. Woof.
okay. Yeah, Amanda made some pretty big mistakes this week, I think.
Oh
Um,
my God.
the call with Luke outplaying her and her exposing her alliance to Luke when he didn't really know it was true, but he said he knew about it and she was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know about it, but now I do know about it." Not great. I mean, I gotta say, I'll say something positive about you. I love you. I think you're great. I think keep doing you. I think keep being you.
No, no, I'm not saying that. If we could stop doing you a little bit,
No, this is
I
my
want,
turn.
I
It's
want for
my
a
turn
minute
to
to calm
speak.
down.
No, it's my turn to speak. Keep being you. Season 16 would not be the same without you being you. I'm going down to a 4. I'm making a statement with my 4 that says I love Amanda. And she's
Um,
like, yeah. Now where's my little graph?
yeah. No, when I think Amanda, I would love for Amanda to not keep doing her. And I say that because I think her doing her is what's stressing her out. I'm like, Amanda, if we just chill, like just chill, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Here's the other thing and why I'm giving her a three. I think if she goes up on the block ever, I think she's leaving. Not because she doesn't have the ability to stay, but because if she is on the block, she is saying, you know what, guys, I'm good. And then I think she's bouncing. And you know what? Fair, I guess. It depends on who she'd be up against. But yeah, she just, oh, man, a girl. Woof,
Well,
woof.
Brandon.
Oh my gosh, we're moving on so quickly.
Well,
Did we already look at the graph?
yes, for a while.
Oh, nice. Okay. I have not been, I've been very scattered.
Have you
Okay,
tried
Brandon.
caffeine recently?
No, I'm just very wired and impassioned about the game. Um, Brandon. Okay. Just as I'm impassioned about stupid gameplay, I'm also impassioned when people just clock people's shit. And this week, Brandon Prince, his comic's gonna be the clocker because he clocked it. And I love that he clocked it. And you know
So,
what? He put his foot down because he's been just all up Luke's butt with like what he wants to do. And like, I feel like he's only been doing what Luke wants to do. And this week, Brandon was like, no, we're doing what I want to do. I've had enough of this, Luke. And he like called him out to his face, and I loved it. I fucking loved it. Um, Brandon this week, in terms of the game, won the veto, which I think actually, in the grand scheme of things, exposes cards more. I don't know. A weird thing happened with Brandon where like oh, I mean, I'll get to Sean. Sean, I don't understand what the fuck he's doing. He has such a bad read on the game. Um, but like Sean and Matt and Amanda and others are like talking about Brandon. They're like, oh, like I hear Brandon's going around and seeing what he wants to do with the veto. Like that's us. It's like, no, he won the veto. Get off his back. Let him do it. Let Brandon do what he did with the power that he won. Um, but I think it got people talking about Brandon, and I think it more so revealed like what side he was on more, and the split vote also the split 5-5 also didn't help that a ton. Um, with that being said, though, I think like not a single person has talked about putting Brandon up. He now has another component under his belt. He, I think, built a lot more trust with Matt, being like, oh, um, like I was in support of the backdoor plan. Um, wish I would have done it, but Matt's like, not your fault. I don't know. I think this is all very strong. More than anything, after Brandon went to Chloe and was like, "Girl, you have to use this veto. If you don't, like you're done if you don't use this veto." And he told Liz and Luke, "Guys, get off the Diego train. Get off the Diego train. It's a sinking ship. It is not worth dying on this hill. You're only going to fuck it up for yourself." And then all of a sudden, Chloe didn't use the veto. And you know what Brandon did? He went straight to Luke. And Brandon was not pleased because although he didn't get the confirmation, he knew down to his core. He was like, "So, Luke, like, what? How did she get the idea to do that?" Last I talked to her, she was concretely not doing that. She just all of a sudden had the idea. And Luke was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And Brandon's like, "Oh, okay, sure." And then Brandon did more digging. And although he never got the concrete answer, well, although now I think he actually is more leaning towards like, oh, she just came up with this whack ass idea. But like he is clocking their shit. And like he even said straight up to Luke of like, "Listen, Luke, like you're my number one, but I feel like you were lying to me in terms of how close you are to Diego. I feel like you're doing all of these moves in his favor that is not in the favor of anyone else's but your own. And it doesn't make me trust you. Clock it. Clock it." I just love the way he thinks about the game. He has such a good read on the game. He is so methodical, well thought out. This was good gameplay from Brandon. I was at a 7 last week. You know what? I'm going to stay right there because that's an extremely positive score for an extremely positive player who's playing the game well, who's not being messy, who's being
Hmm.
methodical, who's thinking things out, and is in a good spot. My sound for Brandon is
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, 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 yeah,
Wait, you have to do a sound recap when you do everybody's sounds.
yeah. So far we have woof, yeah, 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 and it's three yes. To be clear, it's yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like it's a three look
We understand. We
contemplative.
heard it
Yeah.
4 times. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Figure scored.
We're
Uh,
gonna hear it 10 more times throughout the night.
uh, I was at the six last week. While I do not think I was incorrect about my assessment, given that I just read a diary room that said Brandon is just trying to please everybody. Uh,
Is that
I
from Luke?
I can't remember who it was from. It was probably from I think it was Luke or Liz. Um,
They're just mad that he wasn't doing what they wanted.
I'm just saying.
They
That's
can stay
exactly what
mad.
I said. That's exactly what I said. While I do think this is going to be a messy game in a few weeks for him, I would guess I'm going to move up to a 7 this week because I am impressed with Brandon gameplay. Um, Vito win this week, beat out the farter in the veto competition. Um, we'll see how it goes for him. I'm very intrigued. I think this is someone who is playing all angles, and I feel like sometimes that can be very dangerous, but gotta credit him while it's working. Cool. Diego.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Nope, I'm full. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm over it. Go home. Diego home. Diego home. I'll
Diego.
say it one more time. Diego home. I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. For me, it's fully biased. I'll admit it. Vic is my favorite right now. Don't come for her. Don't come for her. I'm gonna be upset. And oh my God, it is crazy to me. And here's the thing: Diego isn't lying out of his ass. He's not someone that just lies around for the sake of lying. Diego thinks that
He
he's
just
telling the
he just
truth
like
and that he's
spreads.
totally justified in what he's doing.
He
He is
just
just spread.
spreads.
He just spreads. And
He doesn't
even still,
lie.
like he just spreads. And here's the thing. He I think he thinks that like, oh, Vic wronged him. Liz wronged him. Vic never wronged him, to be so clear. I don't know where this like super came from. Um, in fact, she's been more than open with him, despite being a little cautious. Liz has been a little more wronging of Diego, and you know what? Work. But Diego, I guess I don't even. Diego's like after what Vic said, it's done. I'm actually really hurt. I have no idea what she said. If any, if I had to guess, it was something along the lines of like, he can't be trusted. He runs his mouth. I don't know if I can trust him. And like, yeah, clearly, because even the people that Diego is working with, like he's like been this week. He's like, I'm putting all of my eggs in Paige and Luke. Like that's where I'm riding with. They're the only people that don't say things, so I really trust them. And you know what he did this week? He told Vic, yeah, Paige is really coming after you now. And it's like, so you lost Paige. The gameplay is just atrocious. The gameplay is atrocious. The fact that Luke really wanted to save him, well, we'll get to Luke, but thank God he had that. Otherwise, he would have been done. And he knows he's done. He's not self-aware of the fact that he's done. But I'm like, Diego King, what are we doing? Because the idea, like he really, I think, thinks that he's just like fully like just telling the truth and playing a clean cut game. And it's like, no, you're just spreading mess everywhere, spreading mess everywhere. Mess follows you around because you spread it everywhere. Here I am, I'm spreading the mess. That's my Diego impression. I'm spreading the mess. It's a mess everywhere. It's a mess everywhere. He is the number one target going into next week. And I think if, I don't know, the house is kind of split. I think half the house will put up Diego and Liz, and I think half the house will put up Ryan and Amanda. With that being said, I think that Diego and Amanda are the two people that are the most in trouble out of those pairings. So I would be giving Diego the exact same score that I gave Amanda, which is a 3, because it was just atrocious this week. And he got caught in everything he got caught in. And now he was the intended backdoor for Matt. Sean was going after him. Vic and Faven are now done with him. Ryan and Amanda now realize that he's a load of crap. Liz is done. Brandon has been really pushing for him to go. Paige has now realized his only soldier now remaining is Luke. It's a 3, and he's lucky he's not a 2.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I am gonna go for a 3 as well. Uh, it is like a miracle that he is not evicted right now, honestly. The miracle being Chloe. So, otherwise, he would have been on the block. He would have been home on the jury. Um, so I agree.
No, I'm giving it 2. I'm giving it
I was
2.
gonna say,
This is harsh
I'm
ranking.
surprised you're not at a 2. I'm gonna stay at a
2.
3 because at least him working on Chloe was like that was like impressive that they got Chloe not to use the veto, not to use her veto that she earned on herself. So I'm gonna stay at 3, or I'm gonna go down to a 3, but I'm gonna remain at my 3.
Okay, sound recap. I didn't give a sound for Diego yet. I think Diego sound is gonna be
Plummet.
ugh. No, that's not a good sound. Blah. No, that's not a good sound either.
Uh
Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be blah. Because he's got diarrhea of the mouth. That's
oh.
what it is. He's got diarrhea of the mouth, we're running our mouth everywhere. Blah. That's the Diego sound.
So
So as a recap,
Wolf.
woof. Yeah. 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 Blah. Great.
Okay.
A
Moving
good
on.
beef is FaceTiming.
Should we
Am I
should
still
we
on the Zoom?
should we say hi to them? Hi guys.
You're live on
You
rankings. I'm
guys are
very
live on
impassioned.
week 7 rankings.
Oh, let me say something.
Oh,
No, Liz, you get to say nothing. This is my show.
and my show, but I guess not.
Sure.
Here, I'll just show Scott. I'll just show this screen to them. I'll cover the numbers so they don't see it. Welcome.
Aww. Rest in peace to Chloe, but she was a dumb bitch for not.
Whoa. We don't say stuff
Bitch
like
in
that.
a sassy gay way. Bitch in a sassy gay way.
I want to say I love the cast and I love the host, Scott.
Thank you, Luke.
Luke, you're lucky that we haven't gotten to your ranking yet. Actually, you're not lucky.
Luke,
That's
you get a
unfortunate
10.
for you.
Steven, you told me you purposely tanked me one of the weeks.
I
so
did.
I did not forget that. I did
He
not
did. He did.
I
He
said I
did do
would give you
that.
this score, but I'm gonna give you this score.
Yes.
Because I hate Luke. That's what he said.
Speak to you the same again.
Nope.
I think.
Okay, well, Beef Group will rejoin you later, but we have
Beef
things to
Group.
say.
Beef Group -1.
Tell Bierman I said hi.
He's
And
not
I'm
here.
not friends.
He's
Well,
not
you can watch
human.
this.
He will watch this.
He will watch this.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Keep talking about
Bye.
beef and whatever. Okay. Bye.
Oh my. Oh
Luke.
my. No, not Luke.
No, Luke,
We're,
I do dislike you now. Well, no, I don't dislike you, but we're beefing. Um, anyway, that's all I had to say. When I didn't give him the 8, when I was joking, oh my god, get out of here. Faven.
Faven. Um, we're so honestly, right now, and I know I say this as someone that does have complete control over who wins production's favorite, but like Faven and Vic, like they are my girls right now. If they don't win it, it's either because Steven said something different or I changed my mind. There's a lot of game left to play. Um, there's a lot of things that could happen. But aside from all the things that could happen, if one of them doesn't win it, I'll be shocked. Again, as someone that is explicitly deciding who wins this. Um, Faven is just let's just start on a personal level. Let's give a personal ranking for Faven. 12, because I love her so much. We're sitting on FaceTime and we're gabbing, and she's just so funny. And I love Faven so much. And she plays the game well. Because you know what Faven's going to do? She's going to clock it. She's going to clock it. Because why aren't we clocking it? And you know what Faven's not going to do? She's not going to beg. Nuh-uh. No, she's just going to play the game that she's here to play. And you know what? This week, all things considered, she should have gone up on the block. But you know what
Yes.
she didn't do? Go up on the block. And in the whole heat of a mess that definitely could have surrounded her, you know what didn't surround her? The mess. She kind of got out scot-free. And on top of that, when people are talking about targets moving forward, I don't think she makes anyone's top 3. Like, I think everyone has 3 names that they would put up before Faven. For that, I say kudos. For that, I say I'm impressed. For that, I say I'm happy because I love Faven. For just, again, we're going on harsh rankings, and that's harsh in one way or the other. Maybe her position doesn't totally warrant this, but you know what? My love for her does. And this is my ranking, god damn it. So I will be raising my score because I think she deserves that. She deserves that much. So I will be going up to a 6 because 6.
Again,
6.
surprised you're not higher. I feel like you keep saying you're being dramatic tonight, and you're not going as high as I think you would be.
You know, and you're right. But I don't think I can give Faven above a 6. Brandon Prince is in a significantly better position than Faven is. And even though I am being dramatic and overexcited with scores and things, I don't think I could justify a 6, a 7 as a dramatic ranking for Faven. 6, I think, is just where she's at.
Okay. Um, I mean, giving her credit for, yeah, she definitely should have been on the block this week. Um, Not only was she not an initial nominee, but in the event that Matt had to name 2 completely new nominees, she was not in the mix. And the week would have resulted good for her. So I I think we were both expecting this to be a negative week for her coming into a Matt H.
Yeah.
Um, but I went pretty well, like, all things considered. And you're right, she stayed out of all the drama. There was a lot of drama this week. Lots of mess, lots of drama. It was not surrounding her. I'm gonna go up to a 7 for Faven.
Alrighty. A 7 for Faven. We're so up.
Honestly, I love Faven too. I gotta say.
No, I already claimed that. You can't jump on that bandwagon.
Now that Chloe's gone, rest in peace, God save her. I do think I really like, and I did really like Chloe too, but I think I really like how active everybody else is and how exciting this season is going to be, because I think Chloe was kind of the obvious take to the end person.
We're lucky that she's gone now, and I've been saying this for weeks. Chloe, I love you down. I'll stick to you more when we get to you, but
That's what I was saying. You were like, if she's not evicted here 3 weeks ago, she's gonna go to the end. And I'm like, no, not true. See?
Let me be dramatic, okay? Let me.
No, I hate it.
Let me.
What's Faven's sound?
I think Faven Sound is going to be the Disney Channel transition change when we're like going from scene to scene. Oh,
Oh, I like
yeah.
that.
I don't know why, but it's
Like
just kind of
that's
like,
so
yeah,
Faven.
you ate it up this week, and now we're transitioning into a new phase of the game for Faven. And that is a fun one because clock it. So, as a recap of the sounds, woof. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blah. Oh, whoa, yeah. Great.
Um, all right, Chloe. Back to the baby with the stick of dynamite.
And you know what? She said she didn't use the dynamite.
No
She didn't
dynamite was
use
used. It was a
no, but
dud.
here's the thing. She didn't use the dynamite. But here's the thing. It almost here's the like here's the thing. Here's the thing. She didn't use the dynamite,
But
but it's
people were like,
because
"Oh
everyone was
shit,
like,
that
look,
baby still has
she
dynamite."
has she's like
That baby
everyone was like,
has
look, she has a
dynamite. We
stick of
can't let
dynamite.
that baby keep existing. We can't let that baby still have dynamite. Like that baby
No,
can't.
no, 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 no. That's not what it was. It was like, look, the baby has dynamite. We need to put the baby in a safe place so that she will set off the dynamite in a place that it's fine. And then you know what she did? Not only did she not set off the dynamite, but she was like,
And so people were like, "All right, maybe we shouldn't like keep this baby around. Maybe we should just get rid
maybe
of
the
this
baby's
baby."
gotta go. Maybe we need to kill the baby.
Uh,
Um, I mean, let's just cut to the chase. One, and you know what? If we gave zeros, she'd be getting one. Um,
I'm gonna give Chloe a one too. But like, okay. Um,
what are you possibly about to say to
no,
justify?
no, 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 no. I was gonna say I'm giving her one for sure. Um, like we have been extremely, extremely lucky this season in the fact that usually we have at least one, two, three people who either suck and we hate them because they're horrible in a personal sense and a game sense. They are rude, they are inactive, they um, say weird things that like just make everybody uncomfortable. For Chloe Farmer to be like the bottom of a good player tier list and like the one that we want to see go home, like all in all, I'm very still pleased with Chloe.
Actually, speak on that. Speak on that. I fully
Like
agree. That's a good
we
point.
are hating on Chloe a lot because we have no one else to hate on, which is a good thing.
Well,
Uh,
yes.
like imagine Chloe in season 12 with all of the flops that were in season
An
12.
all-star,
Chloe
honestly.
Chloe would just be like, yeah,
My winner.
Chloe would be one of the winner picks at this point in the game.
Chloe would be one of the winner picks.
Um, so like all seriousness, like we rag on Chloe a lot, but I very much enjoyed having her.
No, I adore Chloe. Now
Um,
let's talk about the absolute atrocious gameplay that came from this girl.
so okay, that's
You
what I'd say.
had a veto. You had a whole ass veto. Oh, actually, no. Let's rewind to the beginning. You've been on the block, what, 5 times, 6 times?
This is the fifth time.
I think
No,
this is the sixth.
this is the sixth time.
You were on the block 5 whole times before. And every time it's been, yeah, okay. And this time, Matt Byram decided to put you up. And this was the time that we drew the line. We said, no, this cannot happen. I'm mad. And then Chloe Farmer Mad is going to do some crazy shit, apparently.
Honestly, I was living for it this week. She was so active this week. I was kind of
She was so active this week. What happened? Where was this the whole season?
I love
So the fact that she had to be convinced to use the veto on herself and then got even talked out of that is wild. It has to be a one.
There's
She
no,
realized it immediately. She got
no,
played.
yeah.
One. I
Oh,
think my sound for Chloe this week is going to be and that's both like I can't come up with the words, and it sounds like gunfire. So so recap. Woof. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Blah. Yeah. Right. This is a good time. This is a good time.
okay. All right. All right, Liz.
Um,
Is that the sound?
no, it's not the sound. It's not the sound. But it is my feeling. It is my feeling. Because you know what? I'm full. Listen, Liz, Liz, I know that when you watch this, you're gonna come for me and you're gonna be like, why aren't you being nice to me? Liz, I've been so nice to you the whole season. We couldn't get through the whole season with me being nice to you. No, 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 no. And you know what? The Stop Being Mean to Liz arc has picked back up because I'm tired. I'm tired. Luke clocked her. She's like, Liz just gives up as soon as things don't go her way. Oh, Liz, you don't like that, redo you. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Chloe going home this week was really bad for Liz, in my opinion, because not only was Chloe a loyal Liz soldier, but now that Chloe's gone, people no longer have an easy pawn to throw up against Diego as a target. So if anyone is going to go up on the block next to him, it's Liz. Um,
Yeah.
she's also, I think, constantly been obviously she's both been pushing in similar directions as Diego, and whenever she tries to branch out to do other things, she gets clocked on it now to the point where she's in a little tricky position. People know exactly where she's laying. There's no like, oh, I can try and work with Liz in the middle secretly. No, you know where Liz is lying, you know where she's lying with. And the answer is it's no longer with most people. Not with Amanda, not with Faven, not with Matt. Oh no, yes with Matt, yes with Matt. So not with Amanda, not with Faven, not with Ryan, not with Sean, not with Vic. That's five out of what, 11? Not as bad as I thought, in all honesty. Um, but Diego's not really riding with her anymore. He's not going to target her yet, so there's that. But um, I don't know. I just feel like she's losing a lot of steam. I also think that she thinks she's in a worse position than she is, and she's kind of just like given up on it. She's like, everyone's talking about me and how much they hate me and how I can't do anything right and all my shit's being exposed. And it's like, Liz, you are fine in that regard. This was all about Vic and Diego and Amanda this week. This had like truthfully none of your shit was blown up this week. Granted, because it already was blown up in the past. Um, I don't know. I think she's really just like down in the dumps, and I need her to pick herself back up because she's still got room to move and game to play, assuming that Diego's the one that gets cut first. With that being said, I must lower my score. You were at a 7 last week, choices. I was at a 6,
Mm,
and
I say I'm on
I I will be lowering my score most certainly. Um, and I'm going to stick with what I have in my notes, and that's going to be a 5. It's going to be a 5 for Liz, right in the middle of the road, because she is someone that does have wiggle room. However, Chloe going this home this week was bad, and I unfortunately only see this score continuing to go down.
Um,
I could justify a 4 if I wanted to, but I'm being nice, Liz.
yeah,
I'm being
I
nice.
was gonna say again, I'm surprised you're not lower on Liz. You're honestly surprising me tonight. Um, with that being said, I'm also only gonna go down to a 5. Um, I agree. I mean, anytime Diego is going up, Liz is just the obvious throw her next to him kind of thing. Um, and although she's tried to distance himself from herself from him, it just hasn't worked as well in other people's minds. Um, yeah, Chloe going was not great, and I think I honestly think for her, Diego going would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know why. I think she should have tried to go to Chloe more, um, to use the veto on herself, which shouldn't have been a hard thing to convince on. But yeah, we'll see what happens. She's definitely not in as great of a position as she has been so far in this game, but we'll see where it goes from here. I want to say this is Liz's actually, it can't be because she was on the block the first week. Isn't that her
No, week one was the
lowest score since week one? She had a 3.5 and then went above a 5. She's been above a 5 ever since. So, yeah. All right.
of a sound.
Oh, yeah.
A sound. Let's think. Let's think. I think I no, that's not a good sound.
I didn't like
Not a
that.
good sound. I don't like that either. Um Liz. Let me think. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm gonna talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about see when I say go, all of a sudden just say like Liz's name. And I'm gonna do like word association, but it's gonna be sound association. Okay. So I'm talking about something else.
Should
It's
I
a
start
fan,
with
it's
other
outside.
words?
Look
Should I
outside my
start with other
window.
words?
Um oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's sound
Okay.
association. Just say words and I'll give a sound.
Okay. Apple.
Ooh.
Uh, uh, Morgan Stum.
Aw.
Uh, Liz.
Oh. Okay, I guess that's the sound. Okay, we found it. We found it
Those are
out.
the
We found
only
out the
two
sound.
things I could think of. Apple and Morgan Stum.
And Morgan Stump. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Um, sound recap. Sound recap. Woof. Yeah. 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 Blah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh.
that's so true. That was kind of the noise you made when we first started talking about her. And I said
It
it's
was.
not
It was. It was. You know what? I knew all along.
right.
I knew.
She just said, "I hope she fucking freezes over in Iceland," and I don't know what that's referring to.
Oh.
Crashing a plane in Roblox to get my anger out. I'm naming the passengers Ryan, Amanda, and Diego, and Sean. I hope she fucking freezes over in Iceland. Wait, is that from? What's that from? Oh, Amanda. I don't know.
Liz's reads are so funny.
That's not even a read. That's just being mean. That's not even a read. Poor Amanda is like, I feel like people are attacking me, and you're like, no, and Liz is like, I hope she freezes to death.
In a plane crash. It's
Uh,
not funny.
Not
It's
funny.
not funny.
Liz is mean, and I support Amanda all the way. Amanda, be yourself.
But also give yourself the grace to take time away.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Luke.
Oh, my king, my best friend, icon, legend. This is here. Okay. This is his game to lose, in my opinion. And I say that at the final 12, and a lot can change. As of this moment, he's concretely not even close, playing the best, doing the best, thinking the best, so on and so forth. We'll get to what happened at the end of this week. Let's talk about the beginning of this week. He is the only one, like, everyone is turning on Diego, and Luke is the only one to realize, like, okay. And actually, I mean, granted, Diego has not been great about even sticking with close allies, but like, Luke has concretely realized, like, if everyone's targeting Diego, why would I just let Diego go? You know what Luke did this week? He worked behind the scenes and he got Chloe Farmer not to use the damn veto on herself. Granted, it was in an attempt to get out of Vic, and if Vic went home here, I literally would have considered giving him a 10 if I was being extreme. Um, Even with Chloe not going home, or even with Vic not going home, I really was considering giving him a 9. because it was that good. He was that good. However, he got a little greedy. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. And you can't have all that in 1 week. No, 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 no. He he was like really and like he was like being camp about it in the DR, but he was like just mad that like people weren't just like doing what he wanted and just like playing what
Yeah,
was best for their games.
he was like, how dare people do what's best for their game and not what's best for mine.
Um, yeah, and like you know what, like camp. I'm glad that we're like acknowledging it. But he got a little greedy and he got clocked in the middle. And now I feel he pushed a little too hard this week for
Mm-hmm.
Chloe to stay. That now, whereas I don't think he did before, I think now he is making people's top three lists of like people to possibly go up. If it is Diego and Liz that go up as a duo, I do think that Luke is now the concrete third if he needs a replacement. Um, for some people it's Luke, for some people it's Paige. It depends on who you ask. With that being said, his gameplay was so phenomenally good this week. He's just capitalized off of every single opportunity. I am so impressed. I will not stop hyping him up. He's doing so well. He knows how to talk to people to get them to trust him. He doesn't say too much. He doesn't give people enough for them to like rat him out, but he gives them enough so that they trust him. He knows what to say to who. He was like talking to Amanda, and Amanda was like, well, who do you trust? That's Amanda's favorite question. Well, so who are your number one allies? Okay, let's be a little more subtle, Amanda.
Yeah, seriously, she does that all the time, and I'm like, put him on
She's
the
like,
spot.
well, who are your
Honestly,
number
do
ones?
it.
Who are the people that you're definitely protecting? And Luke is smart enough to just be like, I think honestly, like you and Ryan, I really trust, and I really like Matt too. Like he knows just what to say to people, and he knows what to say to Brandon, who I do think is his number one. Um, but he knows to Brandon that he can't say that he wants Diego to stay, and he knows to Matt he can't say that he wants Diego to like. He knows what to say to everyone,
Yeah,
and it's just really impressive. For that, I'm raising my score. He's going to be my highest score. It's going to be an 8 because he
uh,
ate, and it would have been a 9 if he didn't get greedy, but he got greedy. Call me Ariana Grande the way I'm getting greedy.
I mean, like, what do you mean he got greedy
I think, he should have waited to see where the votes were lying
before he tried to push?
before really trying to push for Vic to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I think Brandon's onto him a little more,
See,
and I think
I
that
just
people
made
are
Brandon's noise, and
moving him in.
we were talking about Brandon. I just made Brandon's noise. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's the sound that I'm saying about Luke, but
yeah.
it's really what Brandon was saying about Luke that I'm emanating. I am also going to go up to an 8 for Luke. I do. I don't. I think Luke's game to lose is a little extreme. I understand we're being extreme and dramatic tonight, and that is the
I'm being extreme tonight.
with everything except your scores. Uh,
Yeah.
and I do think he has a good shot to make it very, very far. I think if he goes out, especially in the next few weeks, he's getting sniped out by something that we're not seeing yet, by a game by a game mechanic that has not yet been changed and evolved into yet, because this game is always changing and evolving. Uh,
A
but
game dynamic, you mean?
not a what did I
Not a
say?
game. I was like, there's no more twists. So,
Well, not that you know of. The twist is called me going into everybody's diary rooms and saying, "Evict Luke. We have beef."
not
Um,
to be confused with the Beef Alliance.
not to be confused with the Beef Eaters, which was a four-person alliance, and now this
No,
is
that was from season 8, wasn't it?
the Beef Eaters. What?
Wasn't that an alliance in season 8?
What was the original
What
Beef?
was Beef Eaters?
I thought this was the original four-person one.
No, that was Beef and Beyond.
Oh, Beef and Beyond. Yeah, Beef and Beyond was the four-person one, and now what's this one? The Beef Three? Oh, Grade A Beef.
No, no, no. This is grade A beef.
What was the Beef
Wait,
Eater?
but Beef Eaters was something. Who is Beef Eaters? I swear it was season 8.
Beef Eaters? I don't know if it's.
Yes. Oh no, season 11. Oh, of course, Ashley Ham, Eduardo, EJ, and Eric.
The beef eaters. Yeah, I do remember this.
The
This was
Beef
when they
Eaters.
got.
Come on,
This was.
Eduardo Poole and Ashley Ham getting a mention in the rankings. That was not on my 2025 bingo card, yet here we are.
That was not on my week 7 rankings bingo card, to be honest. Uh,
Oh, shout out to them.
uh,
They're not
yeah,
watching.
that's when they were
Okay.
taking Brady out. I remember this now. Okay, Luke gets an 8. Would have been a 10, but I hate Luke, so
Um,
great.
okay. Sound for Luke. Ew.
What?
I don't know. You just like, ew. Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
Like, I don't know. I feel like this is something more niche that I understand it has not been brought into the BBSS group. They're just like, maybe I'm saying too much about my personal life, but like they're like my friends. And it's like, oh, if you're really eating, it's like, ew, like
Like
work.
what? I
It's
don't.
just like those like kids' toys that were like the plastic tubes, and if like you turn them over, it went like ew. Like I can't describe it, but that's Luke's sound.
Wait, what is it? They're plastic tubes?
Yeah, and it's like if you turn it over,
Wait,
and
I
it's like
do
the
know
little thing.
what sound you're talking about. I'm trying to think of what is making that sound.
Ew. And it's a little shimmy too.
Okay, maybe I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
I'm just saying a bunch of shit. Is that Luke's sound? Yeah, I think it is. Ew. Yes. Okay. Sound recap. Sound recap.
Oh, fuck. I don't
Woof.
know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Blah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, ew. Maybe it's like Cardi B. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Ew. He's just killing it. Ew. Yeah, maybe it's Cardi B. Maybe that's what the reference is. He's Cardi B. Great.
Okay. Well, there's Luke's line. Are we doing a sound recap?
I just did a sound recap.
Oh,
We can do
sorry,
it. We
what?
can do it again.
No. Matt,
I'll
HOH.
just lead with Matt's sound because I've already got Matt's sound. You want to hear Matt's sound?
Yeah.
Here's Matt's sound. You're bad. That's his sound. You're bad at the game. You're bad. Um, this was atrocious. Everything about this was atrocious. And here's the thing. When Matt was making the move to save Chloe last week, I was really impassioned and that it was a really bad move. Because you know why? It was a really bad move. That's why I was impassioned about it, because it was shit. It was a shit, awful move. But then we didn't do rankings immediately. We did it later in the night, and things kind of seemed to be going his way. And you know what? I calmed down and I was like, maybe it wasn't the worst. Maybe this was the perfect storm. But here's the thing. After this week, Matt, no, you get no more passes. You're just not good at strategy. I'll say it. I'll say it to your face. I'll say it to your face. And by that, I mean virtually on a call when I don't actually have to face you. Um, and we'll regret it later down the line. But this was not it. This was bad strategy. None of this makes sense. Why did we want Diego out? Why did we want Diego out? We just spent last week flipping a vote, siding with Diego, and he's not targeting you. He's actively working with you. Why was this the plan in the first place? Second of all, why was the plan not putting Vic and Faven up on the block? I thought the whole thing last week of it was fine to give Chloe a veto. Oh, that's next week's HOH's problem. They just won't have to put her up or try to flush her or whatever. I don't understand why we didn't just put up Vic and Faven, the two people that you concretely don't talk to that are coming after you. If that wasn't enough, the whole point of the plan was for you to flip your vote and pin it on Vic. So if you're pinning it on Vic as she just flipped on you and your alliance, why are you not targeting her if you're putting her up on the block? we seem to have like lost sight of the fact that like Vic is the pin here. And I feel like if Vic goes out here, it's the perfect storm of now there's nothing to corroborate the story with. But now we've kept Vic here. She's cleared the air. People no longer think that she flipped. And while people haven't exactly pinned it on Matt yet, you know who's gonna say it was Matt? Anyone that knows as soon as they need to expose information and get the vote. That info is going to come out and it's not going to help him. And it's only going to flip people like Ryan and Amanda against him. I'm just waiting for it to happen. And it deserves to happen because this was bad. This was bad. None of it made sense. He should have targeted Vic. He should have put Faven up on the block. We should have never been targeting Diego. We should have talked more with Chloe and confirmed that she was using the veto. Like, we should have done so much more this week, and we did none of it because all the strategy was bad. Oh my God, this was bad. And he thinks he's killing it. He thinks he's eating down. He thinks he's full. He thinks he's had a full dinner. No, you're getting the scraps. You're bad. That's the sound. You're bad.
Matt, I love you.
That's the game.
Scott hates everybody. I just want to say I love everybody.
Except Luke.
Yeah, well, Luke and I are beefing. I only don't like Luke because Luke doesn't like me for no reason. So, Luke can kiss my ass, and everyone else I love.
Well, we're not talking about Luke. We're talking about Matt. What are your thoughts on Matt?
This was bad.
Wait, go back to the rank. Go back to the number slide.
This is the number slide.
No, I'm looking at the graph right now.
How are you looking at the graph? Do you see this?
On Zoom right now, it's frozen on the graph.
I'm showing the numbers.
You are simply not.
Oh, it's saying that I'm showing the graph, but I'm not showing the graph.
There you go. Now it's on the numbers.
No, it's frozen on the numbers. Did you see the graph?
No, I see the numbers.
Why is my screen frozen? That's not very nice. Okay, whatever.
Luke's power.
Luke Power, yeah. No, this was bad. For Matt. Not only did he fail completely, like the move that like he wanted to do didn't even align with the big move that he did last week. Like
Nothing aligned.
not only was that gonna be his plan and it was bad, it didn't work, which is worse. And then Chloe blew him up on the way out. And Chloe, of all people, well, everybody's like, "Oh, Chloe doesn't talk to anybody." Chloe blowing you up on the way out, I feel like, is worse than a normal person blowing you up because it's like
I disagree with that. Everyone looked at that and went, "We already knew all this info," and
whatever.
I don't have anything more to say.
What's your score?
Here's the thing. I'm saying I'm being extreme. You're right that I'm not being extreme. I'm being realistic with my scores. And here's the realism. His gameplay this week was so shit that I have to lower his score. He cannot be in a yellow. A yellow means you're being neutral. You're bad. As the sound says, you're bad. Let me look right into the camera. You're bad.
Okay, give us more. Damn.
Oh my God, let me be passionate.
No, I'm tired.
I'm only. You know what? No, he deserves a fucking 3. He deserves a 3 for how shit this was. Let me think this through. Because who does he have with him right now? I think he flubbed this so bad that maybe it's come back around to being fine. That's how bad it was. No, because Diego. No, this was. You know what? No. If I can raise my score again next week, this is counteracting. I almost gave him a 6 last week. What drugs was I on?
I think you almost gave him a
were I
7.
on?
I'm pretty sure you almost gave him a 7.
No.
You said you were going to give him a 7.
No.
There was 7 mentioned with Matt's name.
Well, I can't concretely disprove that, so I'm not going to right now. But that doesn't sound like something I would say.
Right. Yeah.
But I did have a 6 typed in for him, and this has to counteract that absolute bullshit that I was on. So you know what, Matt? It is going to be a 3 for me this week, even though you probably deserve a 4. But you know what? The gameplay. Wait, can someone play the sound again? You're bad. 3.
Very low scores this week. Very different scores this week. Especially 2 weeks ago, we had a lot of people in green. Um, I am also gonna do a three, I think. Uh, I mean,
This is atrocious.
this is a really bad week. And I've already said my thoughts on that. So,
Sound recap.
no,
Okay, you ready?
no.
Oh,
Where is he? Reap. Actually, he didn't go that much more down. Okay. Do a sound recap.
wait, hold on. Now I'm reading Amanda's DR. Okay, no. Okay, sound recap. Woof. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blah. Yeah. Ugh. Ew. You're bad at the game. You're bad. Great. This has been going swimmingly so far. I don't know
Yeah,
about you, but I think this is a hit. This is a good bit.
we haven't done a sound rankings in a long time, I feel like.
It's been a while. Season 14, we definitely did one. I don't
Last
think
one
15 had
was
one.
12. I feel like 12 is the one I vividly remember.
I don't know. I remember giving Alex Palin a sound. I feel like she definitely has a sound.
Okay, Paige.
Paige. Okay. Hmm. I'm just gonna lead with my score, I think. I think Paige could be back on the up and up. I said I was gonna lead with my score. I clearly am not. Um, I think Paige could be back on the up and up. She finally had her eyes opened to the fact that Diego is not a good ally. Let's just call a spade a spade. Not
Yeah.
a good ally, that one. Um, and she's like, Diego, I've been siding with you this whole time, yet I just hear from Vic that you've told her that I'm coming after her. And I know that's true because I told you I was. So what's up with that? So now I think she's finally had her eyes open and she has expanded and she's talked to people like Ryan more and Brandon more and Luke more. And I'm like, yes, these are the people we need to talk to. Hooray. This is good. This is awesome. Let's get it going. She also, Luke, take a note out of, or actually take a page out of her book. See what I did there?
Done.
And she let people see what they were going to do with the vote before she made a decision. Because you know what? Keeping Chloe would have concretely been better for her. Concretely been better for her. Um, but she didn't. Because she saw where the things were lying. She said, Diego cannot be my good ally. I need to come up with better things. And unfortunately, my game will now be moving on without Chloe. Because Vic is actually going to be crucial. And I'm talking to Ryan and I'm talking to Brandon, and I have a brain, Matt. That was a shot at you. You don't have one. Um, so,
Play major recovery after this ranking goes out.
yes, no, this is the one where I lose all my friends. There's always one of them. This is that one. There's always one in there where everyone hates me after. And you know what? It'll be this one.
And
But
it's worth
Paige,
it.
and it's worth it. I'm having a good time right now, and that's what matters. Um, I hope if they're my friends, they know they should be my friends because I know they can take it, and at the same time, I can take it back. So it goes two ways, you
Right,
know?
right.
Anyway, Paige, back to Paige. We're talking about Paige, not me. It's not about me, even though it is. Paige. So could be on the up and up. I'm debating between giving Paige a 6 or staying at a 5. And ultimately, I think I must stay at a 5.
Me too.
I think I must stay at a 5 for this week because she was an option for Matt to go up. Would have gone up if both vetoes got used. I don't think this week solidified the most amount of allies. I think my considering a 6 is looking forward down the line and not for right now. And this ranking is for right now. So five, because losing Chloe was also bad. Five. As for a sound, hmm. I didn't mean that to be the sound, but I think that is the sound. Like that sound was just me thinking about the sound, but I think that's the sound. Hmm.
And what does that sound mean?
It means like, she's, I'm intrigued for where she could go.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, the sound is going down because it wasn't quite good. It's like, hmm, I'm intrigued, page. What's written on the page? I don't know. I'm intrigued. Hmm. Sound recap. We're gonna go fast this time. Woof. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Wah. Oh. Yeah. You're bad at the game. Hmm. Great.
Um, I I have to say I'm a little lower on Page than I have been in the previous weeks in terms of my morale on Page. Not necessarily my score, because my score stayed pretty consistent. Um, I feel like I need her to gain like some more agency. Like I need something like more from Paige. Um, I don't know if that comes in the form of like a competition win or some other people leaving, but it's the final 11 right now. We still have lots of game left to be played. She doesn't necessarily have to have it all figured out by now for her to have a good shot at winning. So not worried about that. I just am talking about she is so locked in all the time. She is always talking to people. She is always talking to her DR how much she wants to win this competition and she wants to make it past her placement and she wants to make the jury and oh she got 11th place, like she's locked in and she's talking to people and she's her DR is always active, like love it, but I need her to gain some sort of agency because I really do like her and I really do, she's one of the people that I really want to see succeed. I think she's an interesting case. I think your sound was correct, because I am enjoying.
Hmm. Just as a recap for the folks at home. I think my intrigue on Paige went away when she put her eggs in the Diego basket. That's a basket that I've seen. It hasn't worked out for anyone. It's the wrong move for her. It's not it.
Hasn't worked out for anybody.
It hasn't worked out for a single person. Not a single person has it worked out for. I hate to say it. Diego, I love you. You're a king. One of my favorite people ever. It has not worked out for anyone working with you. Um, like, um, I think now I am starting to hopefully be back on the up and up now that she's choosing to align with people like Brandon and Ryan. Her conversation with Brandon this week, like they're the two people that need to link up. They are the two people. If Paige and Brandon can get on the same page again, um, then they are two people that I think could really talk strategy with one another, be on the same page, ride that middle section more so than Luke. Because I think Luke is someone, as proven, is always going to push his agenda first, regardless of who his allies are. That's where I think Paige is switching. We haven't seen it from her at all this season, and I don't know what it's going to take for her to just start actively waking up and not being afraid to push her own agenda. That's what we're not getting from her.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And by that I mean
Hmm.
time for Ryan.
Ryan. Okay. I know right now Liz is like, you hate me so much. Could you give me a five and you love Ryan much? No, no, I don't, Liz. I feel very similarly about you and Ryan. Um, because it's funny because I think they are mirroring each other on both sides. I think they are literally the Liz Ryan dynamic is one that I've loved this season. It's given so much more. Like it could have just been like a rivalry right out the gate, and that would have been fun and interesting. It would have been a storyline. But this has been a season
Mhm.
arc,
It's
and
like
I
a
live
it's like
for it.
a slow burn.
It's a slow burn. You feel the tension the whole time because you know that it's an arc, and just as an arc rises, an arc falls. Because you know what was never gonna happen? The two of them being like final two. No, the
Yeah, yeah.
hammer was going to drop at some point, and I think we're approaching it real soon. I think we're
They've
nearing
both been like,
the
I think they both recently been like, God, I remember why I hated them the first time.
yes, they're both coming back around to it, and I love it. I love it so much. But with that being said, Liz is to Diego as Ryan is to Amanda right now. Where I think half the house puts up Liz and Diego with Diego as the target, and I think the other half of the house puts up Ryan and Amanda with Amanda as the target. I think in both cases, Liz and Ryan stay.
Yes.
Um, right now, I do think that Ryan has more allies than Liz as well. And whereas Liz was at a 5, but I was considering a 4, Ryan's at a 5, and it's just a pretty solid 5.
Yeah, me too.
For me. So I will be lowering my score, but it's going to be a 5 because I think he still does have some really solid allies. I think that Vic and Faven really do trust him because he's been real with them. Um, I think that Matt and Sean really trust him. I think Amanda, that's her number one right there. Um, I think after this week, Paige is really going to come around to him. Right now, his ops are Luke, Liz, Diego, and Brandon. That's 4 people, enough to get him on the block for sure, but not enough to vote him out, especially next to Amanda. I think he's gonna be fine for now, and I'm intrigued. I'm gonna be so real. He's not the person that I want to see win this season right now. I have other people that I'm rooting for a lot more than Ryan, if I have to be so frank. Um, but I'm not mad at what he's doing, and I wouldn't be mad if he made it further. But he's not someone that I'm currently like really hoping to see win the game. Not that he can't, not that he hasn't played well. He's just not my pick right now.
I'll say it, Ryan.
I
I love you. Even if Scott doesn't, I love you.
Oh my God, that's not what I said. Get
No,
off my back.
but I agree. I
I'm
do.
not.
I I think he set himself up in kind of an unfortunate position with the people who are with him and against him. But I don't think this is nearing the end of the road for Ryan by any means. I think Amanda has painted herself as such. You're right, the same way as Diego has for Liz. Amanda has painted herself as such a huge personality and target that Ryan would probably go up, but I mean, I don't think he would go home. So I think he has the ability to pivot, even if Amanda did leave. So we'll see. But 5 for Ryan. Do we have a sound for Ryan?
Yeah, let me think. Um, hmm,
Is that it?
mm-mm. I think Ryan sounded to me. Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
yeah.
Yuck?
No, not yuck. Yeah, like
Yeah, you need to explain that one, I think.
YAH. It's an affirmation. Like yeah. Like I'm kind of like clocking it. Also, it's like, oh, you're gonna come. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a little forceful. It's not quite like
So the
optimistic.
thing
It's
is
just kind of like saying it as it is.
it's
Yeah.
like he's making that sound. Is that
No, it's kind of like I'm making like that's like I approve of what he's doing. Good reads. Yeah. But it's not like yay. It's like yeah. Ryan's yeah. Yeah.
okay? I feel it.
Yeah.
Here's our graph.
Salary cap. Woof. Yeah. 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 Bleh. Ugh.
Lots of dramatics.
Ew.
Lots of dramatic score changes.
You're bad
Oh, sorry, you weren't
at
done.
the game. You're bad. Hmm. Yeah. Nice.
I'm gonna have to see if I can do these at the end of the rankings video, which is coming up as we move into Sean.
Okay. Listen, I'll be the first one to admit it. I've been on the Sean like more hate train this whole season.
I wouldn't say
And you
that.
know, I feel like I've been on the
You've been on like the Sean hate train. I've been on Sean. Scott might hate you. I love you train.
no, I feel like on the whole I've been on the Sean I haven't been on the Sean fan train.
The Sean.
I've been on the like the Sean what are you doing train. I'm not a fan of what you're doing. And I'll admit that I've been there the whole season. And you know what? Chugga chugga choo choo, I'm still on it. That wasn't like me changing my tune. I'm just acknowledging that it's my past and my present and probably my future as well. Um, I'm just so extremely mad on him. I'm so extremely mad. And it's like in season 12, it was like I could tell that he was navigating to eventually make a strike. And this time I just kind of feel like he's navigating and thinks he's got a read on the game, but it's a bad read. It's a bad read. He's illiterate. He's
So,
illiterate.
ha.
Bad read on the game.
'Cause
He
he's
was talking to people this week and he was like, yeah, I hear that Brandon like is considering not using the veto. And Matt's like, yeah, it's because like I told him probably not to. And Sean was like, yeah, but I think it's because he really doesn't want Diego going up. And it's like that's the worst read ever. Brandon is literally the one probably most actively pushing for Diego to go up this week. Um, bad read. Um, bad read on. I just don't know what he's doing. I just don't know. I don't know. He's just like he's not playing. I'm confused because he's playing, but it's like, what are we doing? There's no resume being built. I don't think his allies are strong enough to argue that you played an extremely social game. I think a lot of people in this game, in fact, are like, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you? Um, I'm just not seeing the vision right now, Sean. I'm being so honest. I'm not seeing the vision. I'm not getting it. I don't like it. And you try and pitch me in your DR that you should get like a 6 this week in the scores. I don't think so. It's a green score. You don't deserve that. No, I don't think so. Because your only alliance that you have going for you is Ryan, Amanda, and Matt. Ryan and Amanda are more loyal to Vic and Faven. You think that you have a talking relationship with Paige, but she doesn't care about you.
Oh,
You have a good relationship with Brandon, but Brandon's got is more working with Luke. So it's just like, what are we doing? I think you think you're eating more than you are. You think you're at an all-you-can-eat buffet, but unfortunately, it's only one
I
serving.
knew there was something coming there. I knew there was...
There's only, yeah, it's not all you can eat. You need to go to a different place.
It's all you can eat, but you paid for the whole thing, but you only wanted like a few bites. Like you only went in for a little bit. You went for the fortune cookie at the end, not the whole thing. You paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the metaphor's gone now. I think we're moving past it.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
um, like, here's the thing. This is the week of extreme rankings. And if I just wanted to be like, fuck you, Sean, I'd be like 4. Because I'm just so meh. I'm so meh. But do I be nice? Do I give him a 5? I guess. Because no one's gonna put him up.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm
who?
going to a 6, not for.
Oh, oh. What?
I think you're being extremely extreme on Sean. I think I think you're just being extreme. I think you're trying to justify never having liked him with with
In the game, to be clear.
yeah. We
The
always
game.
hated you. Scott always hated you. Um I'm going up to a 6. I
No, I really want to go down to a 4.
do it, do it. I You can do what you want. Um
You give your reasoning first. Let me think on it.
he's not in a place where he's going to be targeted. And I think Sean is playing similarly to the last time he played, where people didn't see him as this huge threat this time last season, and he's coasting by. These people are blowing up on each other. You know how many thousands of text messages I received today that were just drama? It's just drama. Drama,
I'll give him a
people,
5.
like, he's staying out of it, which is good. Um,
Mm,
so I am not on the Sean cannot win the game train. I am very far from that train. Um, I think there's a lot going on right now, and he's staying out of it. And with all these characters of Amanda and Diego and all this crap, um, I think he's gonna be fine for a few weeks, and I think he knows what he has to do. Here's the thing, he knows.
no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I haven't even said anything yet. Shut up.
You said something. You said you know what he has to do, and I disagree.
I said that I think he's aware that he's not playing to his fullest capacity right now, his fullest potential. And I think he knows what he has to do as he gets closer to the end of the game to win a jury vote and win the game. I think he does. So, again,
I think I think he thinks he knows what he has to do. Here's the difference between this and season 12. He's not playing with dumb people this time.
I
And in
know.
season
I
12,
know.
he was able to play. Like, I agree that he's playing the same way as season 12 right
And
now.
I think he knows that he's not playing with dumb people. I think he knows the
But
caliber
the way that
of
he's
people he's
talking
playing
about
against.
people and his reads on where they lay, I don't think he thinks that they're dumb, but I think he thinks that he's a better read on them. And that's where I think he's going to get tripped up. I agree with you that I think down the
Everyone is
line,
calling
he's
everyone
probably,
dumb.
yeah. But I think I agree with you that down the line, he probably is. Like, if I had to pick a dark horse winner pick right now, it probably would be Sean. My thing is just like in season 12, when he was playing this way, he knew the lay of the lands of the sides, was making moves against them and like pitting them against each other and like going from boom to boom to boom. And this time, even though like maybe he thinks he's playing the middle, it's like none of the sides actually value him. That's the issue. No one really values him except Matt. And even Matt, I think, seems to be closer to people like Luke now. That's where I think why I'm so low.
I can't
No
imagine as
one,
the number of people dwindle that his value will not increase.
and that's so true. However, hear me out, is what I said last week. I don't doubt that it could increase. And if it does increase, then so will my score. But right now, it has not increased.
I think
Therefore,
you're
I'm not giving him a green
preemptively
score.
low because you think it won't increase.
No, that's not what it is. It's not preemptively low. Right now it's low. Right now people don't value him, and
But
therefore
it
I'm not going
doesn't
to give him a
need
good
to.
score because they
That's what I'm
might.
saying. It doesn't need to be right now. He doesn't need to be all he needs to do is make it through and increase his
Okay, but I'm
value
not
later.
I'm not giving him a green score for he doesn't need to be playing well right now. Therefore,
That's not the same
A,
thing. That is not the same thing.
like he's not
That's not
people
what I'm
don't
saying.
value.
You're just not. You're putting words in my mouth and you're not listening.
I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying.
You're saying you're annoyed at me, or not annoyed. You're just saying that my rankings are based off of things that could happen in the future, and that's not what I'm saying.
You're saying that right now he doesn't need to be valued by everyone. Therefore,
I said right
that
now he needs to be doing what he's doing and not get put on the block when all these people are yapping and being drama, and that's what he needs to be doing, and that's what he is doing. And later down the line, when he eventually needs to be increased in value for people, he will, as my assumption. But that's not why I'm giving him the score. That's
there we
not
go.
that's not why I'm giving him that score. I'm giving him the green score because he's doing what he needs to be doing right now. And I don't doubt that he will do what he needs to do later.
Cool. And I'm not at a green score because I don't think he's doing what he needs to be doing right now. And based off of his read so far, I'm not confident that he's going to have the right read on what he needs to do.
Okay.
And now we move on. No, a sound for Sean.
No, I'm doing the graph.
Yeah, but I'm also going to come up with a sound.
Okay, Sean goes up. Sean reaches his highest score this season.
For Sean, I'm just going to give a, okay, okay, yeah, okay, sure. I don't. There are so many. I don't want to see Sean win right now. It isn't done enough for me to want that. There's still like a little
But
less than half
also,
the season left.
like,
There's a lot of time left,
I don't care what you want.
but
Like
there
the
are.
season will happen. The season will happen whether you want it to or not.
Yeah, that's fair, and I hear that. I hear that. But hear me out. No. Um, we're gonna do a sound recap at the end. I don't want to do it again right now. I'm too miffed about. I don't know. Sean is not exciting me right now. He's not exciting me, and he hasn't excited me all season. And I'm gonna need him to start
He's just not your player. Like,
navigating
he,
as if he's gonna win, and not. He's just kind of like sitting back and navigate. He's letting. I don't know. I missed the season 12 Sean where he's like ready to cut a bitch in a sassy gay way. Vic.
oh, you.
Um. Okay. I'm gonna eat my words here because I will be totally biased here. Um. Vic is the player of the week in my opinion, aside from Luke. Luke really ate down this week, but Vic, in terms of like right now, like if this was a TV show, right? If this was airing on television and like as an editor or a producer, I was trying to get you to feel something. Like the audience is walking away with Vic as their favorite right now. She has been the underdog this whole fucking season. Yet she has put in work every single day to constantly, due to not her fault, have to dig herself out of pit after pit after pit. And having this vote pinned on her, I think was like her last final fucking straw. And this week we saw Vic let people have it. And I loved it because he's right. She's literally just like Amanda, week after week after week. I have voted exactly where I've said I'm going to, and have most times been on the wrong side of that vote. Why do you think I'm lying about being on the wrong side of the vote and forming alliances with you that I am not ratting out? Diego, what do you mean you're coming to me being mad that I exposed things when one, I exposed this alliance because I trust you and I'm letting you know you can't trust Liz, and two, you're exposing more shit than me. So shut up and stop spreading shit on my name when I'm trying to defend you. She's just going clock after clock after clock after clock after clock. Um, she just has such a good read. She's been put through it, yet she's still in good spirits. She's playing the game hard. I'm literally obsessed. Um, Normally, if you're in a position where like you could have gone home or you were in danger, I'd be inclined to not raise my score a ton. However, I do think that she is legitimately leaving this week having restored literally all of her allies, regained trust with even people that she didn't have it with before. I mean, let's just go through. She's always had Faven. She's regained the trust of Ryan and Amanda. I think Sean is now more locked down with her after they've had some conversations. Sean really fought to save her this week. Um, Despite the fact that Matt put her up, I think it started conversations between the two, and I think if Matt were to win another HOH, he wouldn't put Vic immediately up again. Depending on when that HOH was. Um, she reconnected with Paige and was just straight up and open, and Paige now realized like, oh, Diego's not acting in my best interest. You know what, Vic, I'm actually down. Um, Diego and Liz are now more targeted at Amanda and Ryan. Um, she's got Brandon talking. Like, I think she is leaving this week. Famous last words in a decent position, to navigate. I feel the exact same way as I do about her as I do Faven. Maybe slightly worse, but again, we're being extreme this week, and my heart is with Vic. Vic is my production's favorite right now. I will say it concretely. Vic is my production's favorite. If the season ended today, if COVID shut down Big Brother SF16 and we ended it today and I had to give out a Production's Favorite Award, it's going to Vic. It is not even close. It's going to Vic. I'm going to be giving Vic a 6, even though maybe it could be a 5. But I was at a 4. I'm raising up to a 6 because green means good. And Vic, I adore him. Maybe it's biased. Maybe it's biased. Maybe
I
I'm
mean, I
just
was
a
at a
Vic
five. I'm
fan.
gonna go up to a six. I agree with everything. I think she set herself up very well moving forward. I mean, tough week, being on the block as an initial nominee, having the potential for two vetoes to be used, and staying on the block as a final nominee, and then staying against Chloe. This is her fifth time on the block as a final nominee. Fifth time. Um, she has sent people home next to her, and Vic survived her. So, again, could have spelled danger, especially in the beginning of the week this week for Vic. But I, I agree. She's been the conversation with Diego and her was very entertaining to read. She was like, "I'm not having it anymore." No, she was like, "Don't
I
even."
love her so much.
She, she, Diego was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She was like, "Don't even, don't." I was like, "Real." Um, so we'll see. But six for Vic. Overall, very low scores this week for the most part.
It's pretty mixed.
I'd say this is probably the lowest average of the season.
What?
This is probably the lowest average of the season.
Did you see the week one rankings?
We have a 1, a 2.5, a 3, a 3.5,
I mean, we have 4 red
three
scores and we
fives.
have 5
I
green
guess we have a
scores.
6, 6.5, and a 7, and 8. Okay. I'd say this is one of the. I mean, I can look at the. Let's see the graph.
No, week 6, I think averaged lower.
There's no way.
Week 2, I think is averaging pretty low. Week 3, I think is averaging pretty low.
Well, that's that.
Diego's line is comical. I love it.
Okay, give a sound, wrap it up, and let's go.
Okay. I think I have Vic sound, but I think I'm going to debut it at the end. So we're going to do sound recap. What was Sean's sound? Oh, wait, what was Sean's sound? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, let's see if I can remember all the sounds. So first up, we have Amanda. Wolf. Good one. That was a hit. Brandon Prince. Yeah. 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 Diego. Blah. That's the diary of the mouth. Faven. Yeah. Great. Chloe. Um, Liz. Oh, great. Luke. Ew. Don't know what that
I don't
is.
like that sound.
Matt, you're bad at the game. You're bad. Yeah. Paige. Hmm. Ryan. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, not
Sean.
three. Not three.
Okay, just one. Let me walk it back. Ryan. Yeah. Great. Sean. Eh, mm, yeah. That's Sean. And now Vic is. I cannot believe that on Faven's birthday you would drag her name through the mud like this. Disgusting. You are disgusting. Because I can't believe you would do my girl dirty like that.
All
No.
right,
Vic's my
that's
favorite.
it.
I am the Vic Hype Club. I'm the Vic Fan Club. Vic for winner. I want, oh my gosh, Vic winning. Listen, we're so far away from it. We're so far away from the season. But Vic winning the season would
Scott,
make
your
my
opinion's gonna be different
soul.
in 2 days. I don't want to hear. I'm not sacrificing my sleep for this. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.